Dad had his struggles, he never let me and my brother know that he was struggling. So he made us lead a very good life. Well, my body was not okay for the past, I think, 40 years until I had jaundice, and that was a game changer for me. I'm like, it's now or never. I would go to the gym for like 2 days, 5 days, 1 week, and was like, "Acha, Dad is saying to jana padega." Dad is saying chup chup ke in front of Dad I wouldn't eat, but when he was there, chup chup ke sab khati thi. When I saw his movies, he was an actor then for me, but at home he's always been my brother.
Do you guys talk about fitness, working out? Do you work out together?
We don't work out together, but we talk a lot about fitness now.
Okay.
Now we have a common thing. First, we never had anything common to talk about. I started leading a healthy life at 52. I got to know my purpose at the age of 52. So it's never too late. Tuberculosis, meningitis, then there was the cancer, and then there was jaundice. I think jaundice was probably the worst. My brother's very proud that this girl who was only eating unhealthy, who never trained, is now become this person. Hi guys, Sunaina Roshan here. You're watching me on Midday. Here I am wishing all you women happy Women's Day.
Hello everybody, welcome to midday.com. I am here with Sunaina Roshan, who's been inspiring all of us with her incredible health transformation and her journey, which she so graciously shares on social media, inspiring so many people, including me. We were just talking about some health issues that I am suffering from. But Sunaina, we'll talk about your health issues and etc. and the transformation that you've gone through. But before that, I want to understand a little bit of your life. Let's maybe talk about a little bit about how your childhood was. What kind of a child were you? Were you a shy kid?
No, I was a total extrovert.
Oh, really?
Loved making friends. And yeah, I was just like a healthy baby.
Okay.
And it was a very fun childhood. Though Dad had his struggles, he never let me and my brother know that he was struggling. So he made us lead a very good life.
Right.
So no complaints of having a good childhood.
Right. Did you go to film sets when you were young? Were you was that a part of the film world? Was that an active
No,
part of your
actually,
life?
Dad kept me and my brother both away from the film, from the sets and everything. And yeah, just once or twice I remember just going onto the sets just to meet Dad.
Right.
But that's about it.
You said you were an extrovert. Did you never imagine a life or a career in showbiz?
Well, those times, the times were very different. And I was never inclined towards movies.
Right, right. But then, all the, your fitness journey that you talk about a lot, where did the issues start? At what point did you feel that, okay, my body is not okay and there are multiple things that I'm suffering from, I need to take charge of my health?
Well, my body was not okay for the past, I think, 40 years until I had jaundice. And that was a game changer for me. I'm like, it's now or never.
Right.
So I said, okay, I have to make it now and make it forever now.
Right.
And since then, I've just been on this health journey.
Also, everybody in your family is very fitness conscious, from your Rakesh ji to Ritik, of course, we all know. Have they been somewhere instrumental in you taking charge of your health?
Before jaundice, eat healthy, you're only eating out, you don't eat at home. Ghar ka khana bhi khati hai, to itna makhan, and go to the gym. He would be really strict. I would go to the gym for like 2 days, 5 days, 1 week, and was like, "Acha, Dad is saying to jana padega." Dad is saying chup chup ke in front of Dad I wouldn't eat, but when he was there, chup chup ke sab khati thi. So for me, till I didn't realize with jaundice how important health is.
Right.
It has to come from within.
Right, right. And, growing up in a household where, you're always in the limelight because, you're part of a famous family and everything, being an actor's sister, that must have not been easy, right?
See, for me, it was never an actor's sister. He was always my brother. So I never considered him as an actor. Yeah, when I saw his movies, he was an actor then for me. But at home, he's always been my brother.
What's your nickname, if I may ask?
Well, I have a lot of nicknames from both my parents. And one is Nix. My dad calls me Nix.
Okay.
And my mother calls me Munna.
Right.
And of course, my brother calls me Didi.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that post he put up on your birthday. That was very sweet. you know, wishing you all the best and calling you such an inspiration for the journey that you do.
Yeah.
Do you guys talk about fitness, working out? Do you work out together?
We don't work out together, but we talk a lot about fitness now.
Okay.
Now we have a common thing. First, we never had anything common to talk about, but now it's only about fitness.
Right. Okay, so like you talked about, you know, jaundice was a game changer for you. How many years ago was this?
This was exactly 2 years back. I was diagnosed with jaundice on the 1st of May,
Oh, wow.
2 years back. I think that was 2023.
Right. At that point of time, was it hard for you to suddenly change the life that you were leading, the food that you were eating, change that and suddenly shift to a very strict, disciplined life?
Not at all, because, you know, as we all know, jaundice, where you can't eat fried and you can't eat masala and
No oil.
no oil, and you know, there had to be somebody with me seeing to it that I have all my meals, and the pictures had to be sent to the doctor.
Wow.
And so it was a very slow process, but I knew this is going to be my lifestyle from now on, come what may. And the funniest bit is, even today, even while going through jaundice, my mind had to be diverted so that I had to eat like my meals. Even now, for my lunch and my dinner, I have to have some kind of diversion to eat my meals, because, you know, that jaundice was like, I had to be entertained.
Right.
So even now,
Right.
by default, I still have to be entertained while eating my meals.
Do you watch something?
I watch something, just pick up the phone and talk to a friend, or just speak to my staff, or
Right.
that's a time when I have to be entertained, because even the amount that I'm given now, at times I find it hard to eat, but I have to.
I had jaundice when I was in class 7 and I spent 2 months bedridden.
Yeah.
It was quite bad, and then I remember I used to have like steamed fish and stuff because no oil was allowed, and it was
Yeah.
really difficult. And I was a kid, so it was even
Yeah.
more difficult for me.
Same.
So forget about unhealthy. Now I'm more conscious about what I eat, definitely, and I
Yeah.
have to. Also, as you grow old, I guess it gets tougher, right? To either, you know, work out or to shed the weight that you've gained.
It's never too late to start leading a healthy life. I started leading a healthy life at 52. I got to know my purpose at the age of 52 to start leading a healthy life. As long as you start, the age does not matter.
Wow. So, and for you, you know, it's just start whenever you can, right? It's not like, okay, in the ship has
Start,
sailed.
you have to start, but you have to keep doing it. Not that you start for 2 days and you stop doing it. So once you make up your mind, you have to start to leading a healthy life. It has to be like not a destination, 2 days ka destination, but it has to be like a lifelong journey.
Right. I think mostly people, they struggle with consistency and discipline and determination and motivation. What are your, I'm again talking from experience.
Yeah.
How do you keep yourself determined, disciplined and motivated?
Just to lead a healthier life every day. I want to be better than what I was yesterday. And yeah, today I think I don't need that motivation or that determination, because I've been doing it since 2 years. And even the discipline is there. It's been inbuilt since 2 years. So
Alright.
it's just like, okay, I have to do this. It gives me happiness. It gives me that peace of mind. So it just become like a lifestyle for me.
Right.
Eating healthy and training.
Right. So looking back, health-wise, what was your biggest challenge? At what point did you think that, okay, it's down in the dumps for me and I don't know what to do, or felt lost or not know what to do? Was there any phase?
I think for all of my death-defying illnesses, I felt that way. Tuberculosis, meningitis, then there was the cancer, and then there was jaundice. I think jaundice was probably the worst, because you have to fight. You know, you have to listen to your body. You cannot take outside steroids or, you know, outside medication to give you that energy. It's only solely your body and the amount of food that you eat. So that was the toughest for me to go through.
How badly was your mental health affected by all this?
My mental health towards fighting all my illnesses have been super, super strong. It's never let it. I mean, whenever I've had to fight all these 3 illnesses, I was like very mentally strong. I'm like, okay, है तो I'm going to fight it no matter what. I think those are the only times when I didn't get anxiety or a panic attack. I was like, I just have to fight it and conquer it, khatam baat. End of story.
Wow, wow. I guess again that comes from the family of fighters that you come from.
Yeah.
Your father, brother, they all talked about how they've fought their illnesses and overcome them, which is great. At what point of time did you decide to start talking about it?
When I started putting up my workout reels in my initial days, I started getting a lot of good, encouraging comments on my Insta. So again, one step led the other, led to the other. People started calling me, you're a warrior. So that's when I finally realized, okay, I know my calling is to inspire and motivate people and help them become the unbreakable you. And I'm enjoying this because it's my own health journey I'm talking about. So, and if I can inspire just about even 1%, I'll be, I'll be happy.
Right, right. We were just talking about your gut health reset and how you did that and how difficult it can be to, keep your gut in check and everything. Just for people who don't really know a lot, but you do talk about it on your social media. How important is gut health for a person in their daily life?
See, in today's time, gut health is considered the second brain.
Right.
It is very, very important because everything starts from the gut.
Yes.
Your stress levels, your bloating, your anxiety, everything is just in the gut. So everything starts from the gut.
Right.
So it's very, very important today.
Right.
And today's outside foods, like there's nothing like organic. Even the paneer nowadays is like synthetic. So it's very important to eat mainly home food. I think make home food your priority than eating outside today.
But do you allow yourself cheat days or no?
Well, I don't have a cheat day, yeah, but once in a while when I'm stressed, I do have a pizza. But then I own up to my nutritionist that okay, not a whole pizza, maybe a bite or two. I was like, itna hard work kiya, I can't let that go down the drain.
Right.
So I already have a very strong mind, but now it's even become stronger not to undo what I've done.
All through this journey, who among your friends or family has been your biggest pillar of support?
I think everybody has. My parents, because I stay with them. They know, my
What you're
day-to-day
going through.
schedule.
Yes.
My brother's very proud that this girl who was only eating unhealthy, who never trained, is now become this person. And then of course my daughter.
Yes.
To see her mother thin and be the person that she is today. And of course, my nephews are too young to understand my journey from back then.
Right, right. Where's your daughter now, if I may ask?
She is baking.
Oh, okay.
She does baking, so she's out there baking at a friend's house.
Wow, wow. Do you have any hobbies like this?
And I love writing.
What do you write?
I just write, I do my journaling.
Okay.
And if I need to, for my other reels, if I have a topic I can think of, I'll just write a paragraph. I love watching podcasts. I love reading things that can help me grow in this field of what I want to achieve and inspire people and motivate people.
Right, right.
And listening to music.
Right. Do you manifest stuff? Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Affirmations and everything?
Yeah, I do
Yes.
it.
Yes. Anything in particular that you do to keep yourself calm, sane, for your mental health?
Well, I have a very hyper mind. So keeping calm is probably just doing a little bit of breath work, meditating, especially in the night before I sleep, because at times when I'm overworked, overdrained, I don't get good sleep. So I make sure to meditate just before I sleep, hot water shower, meditate, and when I wake up, meditate, breath work, and then just journal. That's how I start my morning.
Wow, wow. Okay. Well, we're talking about your routine. Typically in a day, what would you eat?
Well, all my meals have good amounts of fiber, carbs, proteins. So it's everything together.
Right.
It's not only just protein and carbs, and I make sure I have protein, carbs, fiber, everything in one, this thing. The proportionate could vary from people to people, but yeah.
Right.
And it's all healthy, of course.
Right. Any particular food that you've had to incorporate for your gut health?
A lot. Some foods that I've never eaten before in my life.
For example?
Millet ka roti.
Right.
And then millet rice. The works. So yeah, millet. There was millet ka atta, and then there was this piece called chow chow. This vegetable I didn't know of.
Okay.
Recently, you get at the local medicine. It was insipid, but anything for good health, so I used to eat it.
Okay.
So a lot of healthy food that I didn't know existed, that now I eat every day.
And any favorite food that you had to give up because of this?
Well, I think everybody knows the answer was paneer and my Tabasco.
Okay.
Because I've been a paneer lover since childhood. I could eat paneer like all day long, and I could eat aloo all day long. And Tabasco was like, after my jaundice, the only spice I could add in my food. So I was given none of that for my gut reset, and even now. But yeah, it's just become a habit, it's become a lifestyle.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. But if no paneer, then is it because to eliminate lactose?
It's for, like, see, every gut, I mean, it's to individual needs. What my gut can take, probably yours cannot. See, it's all, referring to individual needs. So for me, a certain amount of food was not allowed. Then when I was at my gut reset, that 3 months, I wasn't allowed like a lot of lentils, a lot of dals, a lot of sabjis, but I did it.
Like right now, I have eliminated high FODMAP foods, your cabbage, cauliflower, all broccoli, all of these things.
Yeah.
So my doctor is like, eliminate these and let's see how your body reacts.
Yeah, but it's very important, if you're doing it for your gut. I think it's very important to have a gut reset nutritionist, because a specialized person who's only there for your gut, who can guide you the right thing, so that if this does not work, then again that torture and that headache, acha ye nahi work kar raha, to let's go to somebody else. So it's better from day one, consult a specialist for what you want to improve at.
On an average, how much do you work out? Like in a day, how many hours, or do you work out daily?
There are times when I work out daily, and there are times when I don't. In case if my training coach is traveling, or if I've had a little challenge to face, I think 45 minutes, 15 minutes is more than enough.
And do you do more of weight training?
I love weight training, yeah.
Okay.
For me, lifting weight gives me that high.
Oh, wow.
And luckily for me, no cardio, because I don't need to lose weight. So there's only
strengthening your muscles.
Yeah, I'm too lazy to do a cardio. Somebody will tell me to go for a walk on the treadmill. That's something I could never do. I have my fixed time in the morning. As being disciplined, being consistent, I have one fixed time in the morning that I train.
Any tips to motivate someone who's struggling with weight loss?
Start eating healthy. No excuses for eating healthy. Stay motivated, and know that junk food will only lead to problems in life, more illnesses. So just stay focused. Eating healthy is fabulous. Home cooked food made at home can also be delicious, and before anything happens, just eat healthy and train.
Right.
It's not only about eating healthy, it's also about working out. They both go hand in hand. Because I had to realize when I was 52 what eating healthy is. I wish I'd known this earlier. It all depends on each individual, so I really cannot comment on that.
You are talking about it. You are spreading awareness about it very actively on social media. So I thought there must be some thought behind that there's a reason why you started talking about your...
I mean, I can only give advice. I can only inspire. But it's up to the other people who want to take it seriously, or just be like, एक महीने के बाद ये होएगा तो वो start करेंगे. So it's all about each individual, how serious they are to take up the health issues.
Right. Like, because I myself know, like 10 years ago, I did not have this consciousness about my body or what I'm eating and everything, which I have today. Yeah. So I guess people are becoming slightly more conscious about things. So Okay, I have those conversations with my friends also, where
Yeah.
people are talking about, okay, losing weight and being healthy and all of that. So,
But it just shouldn't, when people talk about we have to lose weight, be healthy, I just feel it shouldn't be in the mind, but they have to act upon it.
Yes.
Like by talking, you're not going to lose weight. You have to start doing it to again manifest what you're thinking.
right, right, and sometimes the starting only can be such a great challenge. That's why people take those New Year resolutions and then say, okay, we'll start from 1st Jan, and for maybe some people it does not quite happen that way.
Yeah.
I know myself, I've tried and failed and tried
I've done
and
that
failed
before too, so.
I guess that's all our journeys. But yeah, but great that you have achieved such success with
Thank
your
you.
fitness journey, and it's so inspiring. I mean, I can say from my own heart that it's so great to see, and it's always inspiring to find people who are talking about it, so that you
Yeah.
can also figure out, okay, things to do, and
Yeah.
incorporate habits in your life.
It just starts with small changes, like 10 minutes of eating right, or just one meal that is healthy. Just make the small changes,
Yes,
and the
yes.
small changes become big changes.
Yes.
Those big changes become lifestyle changes then.
Right, right. Once my fitness trainer was telling me that, okay, you don't have time to do a half an hour workout, do a plank for a minute.
Yeah.
Start
Do
there.
something,
Yes.
some movement in the
Yes,
body.
Yes, yes, yes. So great. Thank you so much for your time, Sunaina.
You're welcome.
And all the best to you.
Thank you.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.